We'll call this meeting to order, we're here today to talk about small business and specifically subcontracting. We're going to look at the challenges small businesses face when they're both the prime contractor as well as when they are the subcontractor. Additionally, this hearing will examine the three systems the government uses to monitor and promote small business subcontracting. When a prime contract is set aside for small business, the government wants to make sure that the small business is not simply a front for a large business. So the Small Business Act requires that the small business perform a certain percentage of the work. However, there are two problems with the current system. It's very hard to catch bad actors and very hard for small businesses who want to comply. These problems make legitimate small businesses pay even more in compliance costs and in turn waste even more taxpayer money. While many of the contracts we'll hear about today deal with the 8A program, especially the Alaska Native Corporations program, these problems are not limited to any single program. However, it is inevitable that the larger dollar contracts obviously attract more attention. By addressing these challenges, we hope to open up opportunities for legitimate small businesses to obtain government contracts. The government-wide goal, again, we've talked about many times in this committee, for small business prime contracting dollars is 23%. And legitimate small businesses, not fronts for large corporations, deserve those contracts. There are also challenges when small businesses are the subcontractors. In fiscal year 2010, federal prime contractors subcontracted over $200 billion. The SBA has established a government-wide goal of awarding 35.9% of those subcontracting dollars to small business, a goal that has decreased from 40% less than 5 years ago. To help small businesses compete for those $200 billion in subcontracts, large prime contractors are required to submit subcontracting plans. These plans detail how much a business will subcontract to each type of small business. Failure to make a good faith effort to comply with this plan is supposed to result in a fine. However, companies are failing to report to the government on their actual subcontracting achievements, and yet no prime contractor ever has been fined as a result. So clearly, in the last 5 years, all of the almost 3,000 prime contractors have always perfectly submitted their subcontracting plans worth over $1 billion, or we have a serious problem on enforcement. We need to address how to retool the subcontracting program. Finally, there are three systems that the federal government uses to monitor and promote subcontracting. First, the Federal Subcontracting Reporting System, which requires that all contractors report each subcontract above $25,000. Second, the Electronic Subcontracting Reporting System, which requires that firms with subcontracting plans report their subcontracts. And third, there's the SBA Subcontracting Network, which allows prime contractors to post subcontracting opportunities over $10,000 for small businesses to compete for. We need to examine duplication in these systems as well as their effectiveness. Small business, both prime and sub, are good for government and good for the economy. They increase competition, increase innovation, create jobs, and save taxpayer dollars. As this subcommittee considers today these issues surrounding small business and subcontracting, we want to learn how we can prove compliance without unduly burdening small firms. If we succeed at that goal, we will help businesses compete, create jobs, and save taxpayer dollars. I want to thank our witnesses in advance for their participation again today. It's good to see both of you, which will help us achieve these ends. I now yield to Ms. Chu for her opening remarks before introducing the witnesses.